Hey there, fifth graders. Minnie here. Today's lesson is called Here Be Dragons. That sure sounds exciting. Make sure you listen to Mrs. McMullen. It's a good one.
Wow, thank you, Minnie, for that awesome introduction. I think this is a really cool lesson today, too. Shouldn't you be going to play with Harper? Yeah, I think you should go play with Harper. I bet she's looking for you. Bye-bye, Minnie. Hey, guys. Welcome. Today's another day of reading. I got a great shout-out from Minnie Mouse today. What a day it is. Let me share my screen with you, and we will get started with today's lesson. I think it's, oh, there it is. So just like Minnie showed you, today's lesson is called Here Be Dragons. So I'm so excited for this one, just because I think that you guys are gonna like this phrase as you are reading your fantasy novel. So what I'm showing you right now, what you're looking at is like a really old-timey map. Okay, and if you look really closely, you'll see that people who created maps way back long ago, they used to put like dragons and like these evil like sea creatures and stuff in the land or in the water. And the reason why they did this is because they wanted to be able to show people like, hey, if you get to this place, there's something bad there. And so this phrase, "Here be dragons," became like this well-known phrase. Not sure if you guys have ever heard of it before, if you've ever heard someone say, hey, here be dragon, but I'm going to start using it because I think it's really cool. So there actually wasn't dragons in the water, which is unlike what you see on this map, right? When I'm looking at the map, I'm seeing right there, I see a dragon, and I see, like right here, there's like a little fish with like some horns. Ooh, this one's got his mouth open. It looks like he's about to eat that little ship right there. But there wasn't actually dragons and creepy characters there. What the people who created this map actually meant was that there's something bad here. Like maybe there had been an earthquake there before, or maybe there was a ship that went down in a really bad storm at that area. And so they drew a dragon there or a creepy looking creature just to like warn you, hey, something bad is going to happen here, or something bad has happened here, or there's some type of thing here that you have to overcome. There's some type of maybe there's like a mountain or, you know, a volcano or something here that you're going to have to overcome. So they would be like, here be dragons. And so today we're going to be talking about the dragons in our stories. So characters face different kinds of dragons. Some are literal. Sometimes in fantasy novels, like in ours, I think I got it back here. No, that's Harper's book. What did she do with my book? Here's my book. She took out my book. In the Paper Bag Princess, there actually was a dragon, you guys, right? There actually was a dragon. So sometimes when you read a fantasy novel, you are going to have your character face a dragon. Sometimes, though, they will not face a dragon, right? But we can still say that they have a dragon. What are you meaning, Miss McMullen? They don't have a dragon, but they have a dragon. What in the world is happening with Miss McMullen's brain today? Well, here's what I mean by that. That some of them are metaphorical dragons that symbolize a conflict that that character has to face. So what I mean by that is, let me think. So in Harry Potter, I hope that this is not going to be a spoiler. In Harry Potter, there's a bad character. Okay. I'm not going to name his name, because there are some of you who might not know, and he just must not be named. Those of you who know what I'm talking about, though, hopefully are catching my drift. So there's this bad character. He is Harry's dragon, okay? He is Harry's conflict that he has to deal with. He is the person, the thing that Harry has to fight. Here be dragon when this guy comes up, right? I mean, can be really bad for Harry. So when this he who must not be named, because I don't want to name his character, when he comes around, Harry, we could all scream out, here be dragon, Harry, here be dragon, because it's a conflict that Harry has to deal with, okay? So what I mean is that sometimes you are going to see a dragon, a real dragon, in your stories. Sometimes, though, it's not a real dragon. It's some kind of metaphorical thing that is symbolizing a conflict that your character is going to have to overcome. So for today's lesson, we can think of conflicts and things that your characters have to deal with as dragons. We're going to call them dragons today. Okay. So here's our big chart that sophisticated readers of fantasy do. And you know what, you guys? I'm not seeing the new one on here. Oh no, it did this one twice. I'm so sorry, you guys. I promise tomorrow it'll be up there. But basically it just said look for the dragons and the conflicts in this person's life. So I'm gonna skip right by on this one. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the Paper Bag Princess. And this one is a great, you guys, like I couldn't have picked a better book for this lesson because this book has a literal dragon in it and it has a metaphorical dragon in it. Okay. So remember, we can think of the dragons as the conflicts or something that the character has to deal with. So be thinking to yourself right now, I'm going to give you a minute to think. Okay. What other dragons does Elizabeth face? Okay. What other dragons does she face? What is another conflict that she has to come up with? So I'm going to give you a minute here to think about it. What are some conflicts that Elizabeth has to face? Do some thinking. Found something. I found a dragon that Elizabeth faces, you guys. It's on the very last page. It says, Ronald said, oh no, I'm sorry, it's not on that page. It's on this page. There was Prince Ronald. He looked at her and said, Elizabeth, you are a mess. You smell like ashes. Your hair is all tangled and you are wearing a dirty old paper bag. Come back when you are dressed like a real princess. You guys, Ronald is Elizabeth's dragon. Here be dragon. Here be dragon. You guys, here be dragon. Because he's a conflict that she has to overcome. It's something bad or wrong in her life that she has to overcome and face. And she faced him because she left him. And she said, you know what? I like who I am. And I'm not going to bring myself down and be just what you want me to be. I'm going to be myself. And she faced that dragon and moved on. And she skipped away happily as can be right there. And she's happy. She overcame her literal dragon and her metaphorical dragon of Ronald. Ronald is her dragon. We had to think really metaphorically to understand that Ronald is her dragon. Ronald is the conflict she has to overcome. Ronald is the thing in her life that she has to face and stand up to. He's her dragon. So be thinking today, what are my character's dragons? Remember that sometimes a dragon can be inside of us. And so sometimes your character's biggest dragon can be a character flaw inside of themselves. So what I mean by that is Ronald, his dragon is probably his conceitedness. And that he can't get over that. That's something that he's going to have to figure out and deal with in himself. A dragon that I have myself is that I really like to sleep, okay? And I want to go to bed early and I want to stay in bed late. And Sean always makes me get out of bed and like get started with my day. And so that's a dragon in myself that I have to deal with. I have to figure out and face my dragon of wanting to stay in bed forever, okay? And so some days I do. Some days I say to myself, you know what, Miss McMullen, you're going to get up and you're going to go work out and you're going to start your day. And those days I faced my dragon. I did that today. So your dragon for your character might be someone else or something else, or it could be something inside of themselves, okay? So today your work time looks like this. It says, what is a dragon that your character has? And so be thinking, what's a conflict my character has? What is something about my character that they have to deal with and overcome? Okay, are they a scared character and they're going to have to overcome that? Or is there a monster that they're having to fight, that could be their dragon. Okay, so just tell me about that. And then for reflection, you guys get to do some deep thinking about yourself. What is a dragon that you are having lately? Tell me about it. I can think of a really big dragon that all of us are having. It's called the coronavirus. That's a very big dragon right now that society is facing. We're having to overcome it. We're having to do a lot of working together to overcome the coronavirus. Another dragon that I'm having lately is that I want to go to Target. So my need to go to Target is my dragon. I'm having to overcome that conflict because I know it's not safe for me to necessarily be just wandering around Target. And so I'm having to overcome that. It's been very difficult, but I'm doing it. So I think my class especially, you know how much I talk about shopping, and how much I love Target. So you guys know that that's a dragon for me. Not being able to go to Target is a dragon for me. So be thinking today, what's a dragon that your character has, and what's a dragon that you are having lately? So just to recap, here's your work time. Tell me about a dragon that your character is having. Just tell me about it. And then for your reflection, what's a dragon that you are having? And tell me about it. Okay. I can't wait to read your work later and shout out, "Here be dragon!" See you later.